I don't know what's weird or more crazy or whatever. Like, that they actually made a toy of the Nightmare Batman in the Batman versus Superman movie, which the movie was not great by any means. It was mediocre at best. And they keep making toys of it. Years later it came out. And you know what's really crazy is that we're buying them. And what's even more crazy than that, this Mezco Nightmare Batman is an amazing toy. Like, these guys, Mezco, you guys, and I am on Mezco's dick right now. It's almost embarrassing how addicted I am to these things. Like I got the Clockwork Orange on pre-order. Like, I'm actually almost thinking about getting that John Wick figure. Like, I'm trying to slow myself down to just getting DC and Marvel as far as Mezco goes, because at $80 a hit, and they've definitely starting to pump these things out. It's like I can't afford to get the Popeyes and Ghostbusters. I mean, I would love to. Don't think that I want it. But at $80 each, I just can't do it. So we're gonna check out this Nightmare Batman. I'm sure it's gonna be amazing. And then for a bonus video, we're gonna check out this silver talking Parademon. One of you guys was like, I was complaining about how these things were green and they weren't silver. And one of you guys goes, dude, they make a silver one. And I'm like, bro, I've never seen it. And he told me to go on Amazon and find it. I couldn't. I walk in Target one day, here he is, he's $10, he talks, he's really stupid, but he's silver, and he's gonna look great with this Batman. So, we'll check him out. Alright, so here he is standing just a little bit above 6 inches, kind of almost 6 1/4. And for a figure that I thought that I'd never really wanted, man, they really did a good job on this one. Like, we'll check him out in a second. I got him sitting over here with this Parademon. This thing talks. We'll go ahead and take a look at him too. Why not? For accessories, we'll go over those real quick. First off, he comes with this machine gun. Has a little picture of the Joker there. It's got like some duct tape or something wrapped around the handle. That's definitely pretty cool. Then it also has a bandana wrapped around it up here. This is the sight. That thing doesn't flip up. Probably a good thing, because if it did, it would break off. And then also it has a little bullet right there at the end. They painted that. That's pretty cool. And then the coolest accessory of all, like, you plug this thing in. The end of the barrel fits really tight. Kind of feels like that thing might actually try to break off. That's the coolest accessory ever. Mezco, I'm sure you're not going to watch this video, but if you happen to include like 2 of these things in every toy you make that has a gun, because that is the coolest accessory ever. Maybe do like a ricochet bullet or something. I guess you already did that with Superman. But that thing, God, that is just so well done. Like, I just love it. It'll fit in his rifle. It'll fit in his pistol, which on the pistol they got a little cheap on it. It has like a wood grain handle on it. The slide doesn't move. The clip doesn't come out. I mean, it is cool, but you usually expect a little bit more from them. And then he'd finally get a Bruce Wayne head. That's definitely pretty cool. Unfortunately, like, I don't know who to put this on, because I really like the head that's on him right now. And then they give you the head. We've already gotten this one before. Now we get it again. That's cool. It's better to have it than not have it, I guess, especially if you didn't get the other one. Then you also have these goggles, which they did a really good job on that. As far as extra hands, you kind of got like this like open kind of hand. I'm not real sure what you're supposed to put in this hand. They didn't give you, like, I don't know, it seems like you'd want the pistol hand. Then 2 fisted hands, those things or whatever. We'll check out this Parademon real quick. This is probably how I'm going to display him, is up there on that stand. This thing, like, somebody told me about this. I never saw it. Then I saw it, so I got it. I actually think this looks a little bit better than the other ones. We'll do some comparisons after I kind of go through these. This thing, it is like the gray silver color. This is the color that I wanted. I think it's basically the same mold as the other one, but now that it's silver, and this thing talks. And I don't remember these things speaking English, but apparently they learned how somehow.
Take flight! Beware the armies of Apocalypse! Ah, it's the Justice League! Summon forth the Boom Tube! Beware the armies of Apocalypse!
So he says quite a lot of things. It just... And the scream, that was actually the coolest thing, and I think I walked all over it. I'm sure you heard the tail end of it though. As far as the wings go, they do move like this. They're not jointed here, really not a big deal. That's the battery pack there if you want to change that out. As far as articulation goes,
Take flight!
I push the button again. The head moves, the shoulders just go up and down. It has elbows that move and they turn, so that's not bad. And as far as the wrists go, it has like a little bit of a joint here. I don't know, it's a little stiff. I don't want to take too long. Doesn't turn at the waist, probably because the battery. And then the legs go forward and back. They don't go out at all. Single knee, nothing on the ankle. It's a $10 toy. This is basically like an accessory to an $80 toy to me. I think it's going to look really cool on the display. As far as this Batman goes, here we are once again, Mezco perfection. I really don't know how this toy could have been any better. Like, I think they did a really good job. Like, when I saw the movie, like, I never saw the movie. I was like, God, I hope they make that Nightmare Batman. I was like, wow, this scene is kind of stupid and pointless. But then they made a toy of it. I ordered it. They canceled it. They put it back on. I still had it ordered. I ordered it again. It doesn't really matter. I have it. And man, it's great. I love how he has like the original Batman suit up here. It just goes into regular pants here. The knee pads on that thing, really well done. Then he has the harness for his gun. He's kind of has like cargo pockets on the side. Really nice. This is like a cloth strap. This is like plastic straps down here. Really good job. I'll go ahead and put the pistol in there because I'm not really going to put that in his hand. Put the pistol there, put it back on the side. God, that looks good. The utility belt on this thing, we'll do some comparisons with the other Batmans to see how many parts they reused. It doesn't really matter because this thing just really works. As far as articulation goes, it's Mezco. There's nothing new here. Things that do shine on me is how they put the articulation here at the top of the boot. They also did it on top of the glove here, and then the wrists and everything else. You know, it's just basic, typical Mezco stuff. The jacket doesn't come off, which is weird because you think that it would. I wouldn't take it off because then, like, what's the point? I mean, this is what he looked like in the movie. This is how I want him. I actually really like this screaming face. I'm just going to go ahead and leave that one on him. The Bruce Wayne, I'll probably put that on a different Batman that I got on pre-order because there are a lot of them coming down the pipe. As far as this leather jacket goes, I love the texture on that. Like, that thing, man, they just killed it. Like, they did a really good job. If they could have somehow put a little worn on this thing, it would definitely help it out. The pockets, those look a little cheap. They really pulled it off on the cargo pockets, but they're not so much. The bottom of it, they even got tread on it. It has peg holes. They're killing it. Let's do some comparisons. I pulled out the Parademons for a Parademon comparison. Basically, here's one we just showed, the one that talks. He looks to be very similar to molds with this one. Like, if you look at these two things side by side, they basically have the same head. The chest, it might be reused, but then they cut it open to put the speakers in this. Has a different belt, so they even got new parts on this thing. This thing doesn't come with an accessory or anything. It's just him, which I'm totally cool with. As far as the legs go, they look exactly the same. The boots, those are actually different. Man, so there's quite a few different parts on this, which is pretty amazing that, like, you know, other toy companies are so cheap as far as it comes to new molds, like, and then they kind of give you like lots of new parts, the shoulder pads. Man, maybe that thing's like a totally different brand new toy. It kind of looks like it is. Oh man, sorry about the camera. Let me get it back in order here. Then you have this one as a side-by-side comparison. Like, you see that this one's a little bit taller, these are a little bit shorter. This is kind of like, to me, like the leader Parademon. If there is a leader Parademon, then this thing, man, I'm almost thinking like I don't really do customs or anything. And I'm having a really hard time getting them all three to stand up with these wings. Like, they kind of keep knocking each other over. I'm trying here. But I think maybe just like I'll hit these with like some light silver spray paint, just for they kind of have like a silver coating or silver tint to them. I think that would really help them out, because the green just doesn't make any sense to me. But I'm really digging the cheap one. Like, for a $10 toy, man, I might have to buy a couple more of those in Army build, even though I'm trying to cut it down to $9,000 this year, or a little less. But that kind of might be a must-have. All right, so I went ahead and pulled out the other Batmans for the Batman versus Superman. I got the armored Batman over here. God, they just killed it on that figure. Really did a good job on him. Then we have like just a regular Batman over here. And we got more, even more on the way, which, whatever. I mean, I love Mezco, like, but how many Mezco Batmans do we need? Like, at the end of this year, I don't know. Maybe we won't get some of those for a while. But here's the 3 Batman, kind of for a comparison. I'm going to throw them up there in the collection, and then I'm going to show you the collection. All right, I know I promised a collection, and you're still going to do it. And I normally don't do those dramatic poses. I'm normally just a vanilla pose guy myself. But with Mezco, God, they pose so good, and you can do so much with them. I figured I did this pose, and I was so proud of it. I just figured like I just had to show it off, because I normally don't go this far out on doing a pose. But God, look at that pose. Like, whoo! What are you guys, ACBA or whoever? Well, here's one for your books, because that pose is awesome. You get this $10 accessory over here, and then put them up on the stand. Man, this really looks good. Let's throw them on the shelf. I just thought of this. If I'm going to do a Nightmare Batman, I should probably pull out my other Nightmare Batmans to compare it to. Here's the one from the other movie, the old one. That's the Mattel one. That was kind of like, whatever. But anyway, then this is Nightmare Batman. Like, this is a DC collectible, or a DC Direct. Little dust there on the stand. You know, it's hard to keep up. There he is. That's by far my favorite Nightmare Batman. I mean, this is kind of like a totally different thing. But there they are, Nightmare Batman. I'm pretty sure I have all of them. I think this is all of them. If you know of one that I'm missing, I gotta look for it, because I'm thinking that there should be more. All right, now the walkthrough of my Mezco collection. This thing is really shaping up, and I'm really filling the shelf. I'm gonna have to redo the toy room at some point, because like with these toys, like, you never know how the collection is gonna grow. When I started collecting toys, I wasn't planning on Mezco ever coming out. They're definitely taking up a lot of shelf space. And I want them like kind of eye level, definitely where I can see this. Oh, still digging that with the effects, man. And I'm not even a Shazam fan, but I am now. Now that Mezco did one. Superman and Lex, Harley. Really digging this Mezco shelf. Come around, you got the Batmobile. If you guys haven't picked this up, it's time to get it. I think it's like $100 at Best Buy right now. It's totally worth $250. If you never got it, definitely pick it up for $100. That thing is just an amazing toy. Coming around to the Batman versus Superman stuff. Of course, Superman's down. That was probably the best scene in the whole movie. Here he is. Here's how I'm going to pose him. Here's how I'm going to display him. Man, this shelf is just coming alive. It looks really good. Bring you on down. Deadpool's, some Wolverine. Need to get rid of this Teen Titans. They are definitely taking up too much real estate on this shelf. That's the collection. Thanks for watching.